If the Indian justice system is notorious for its delays, why can I, as a husband, do not use delay as a legal strategy to deny maintenance to my wife for such a long time that she comes to the table and settles the matter? This is a common question asked by a lot of husbands, and I explain to them that it is indeed true that on a lot of days there's so much delay that a husband can actually use this as a valid legal strategy, because the husband comes and says, oh, I did not receive a copy of the petition, or I need more time to file my reply, I need more time to file my income affidavit. However, what I explain to husbands is what we usually see in these matrimonial disputes is the ebb and flow of concern and relief. So when the wife goes, you're not too concerned. When you receive either a phone call from the police or summons from the court, you're extremely worried. Oh my God, what's going to happen? And then you're running about and you're trying to figure out what's the solution to all of this. But then after a couple of weeks or a couple of months, the most common, very damaging mindset that a lot of husbands have is court cases, just, date pe date, tarik pe tarik. So what's the big deal? Chalte rehne do. But here's the kicker. If you, after that little bit of slump period where nothing's happening in the matter, if you slack off, which I must confess I have in the beginning few years of my practice when I didn't understand matrimonial disputes so well, when I slacked off a little for the husband client, because it's like date pe date, nothing's happening, so what's the big deal? We'll go and take another date. One of these days, the judge will say, today is the day that I am passing my order on maintenance. And if you have not done your due diligence and you've not put in the work of ensuring that the court is exactly apprised of all of the assets, income of your wife, all of your liabilities of every sort, that everything of the wife's ownership, assets, ITR, bank statements, all the bank statements where she has said, oh, this XYZ money that came in was for some XYZ reason and it's not something which happens all the time. If you're not very meticulous, you could get hit with a huge maintenance order. And then to think that, oh, appeals can sort it out. I'm sorry, no. Courts and appeal in against maintenance orders are very restrained in changing anything. So you can be in for a lot of trouble. What I mean to say is, don't think that delay can be your only legal strategy. If at all, you need to be availing of your own legal remedies, civil and criminal, and you also need to be ensuring that the court is completely apprised of all the problems with your wife's income affidavits, disclosures, and even her statements.